But as I alluded to at the top of the show, that's not the only tone-deaf display from this Prime Minister. Have a listen to this. Earlier today, I had reason to call a very important office in Canberra, an office in Parliament House. And imagine my surprise when rather than talk to the receptionist, for the first time in living memory, I copped a recorded message. And not just any recorded message, but one that basically said, if I wasn't calling from another political office, if I was just an ordinary Australian, my call at best was barely tolerated. And it was certainly made clear that I would not be a priority.
Hello and thank you for calling the office of Anthony Albanese MP, Prime Minister of Australia. The Prime Minister's office receives a large number of calls and we may not be able to answer each and every one. Please listen carefully to the following options so that we can direct your call. If you're calling from another office inside Parliament House, please press 1. If you're calling from an electorate office of a Member of Parliament or a Senator, please press 2. If you're calling about an invitation or a meeting request, please press 3. If you are a member of the public wishing to leave a message for the Prime Minister or for any other purpose, please press 4.
Now that's what you get if you call the Prime Minister's office in Canberra. And so if you were calling from another Parliament House office or chasing a diary invitation or calling from another Labor electorate office, you're all okay. You'd get your call taken by one of his 61 staff. But not so helpful if you were just one of the public wanting help. So after all of that, for the ordinary Australian, you're told to press number 4. Here's what you get told to do.
The Prime Minister's office receives a large number of calls and we may not be able to answer each and every call. Your question for the Prime Minister may be best answered by your local Member of Parliament or Senator. Alternatively, you may like to contact a Minister's office from the Albanese government if you have a question about a particular topic. Ministers' offices are often best placed to answer your questions about their portfolio areas. If you've already contacted your local MP or Senator or Minister and wish to ask a question of the Prime Minister's office, your best option is to visit the Prime Minister's website and complete our Contact Us form. Completing this form is the best way to contact the office of the Prime Minister. If you'd like to speak to an operator in the Prime Minister's office, please hold the line. Please note that phone operators can only take a short message from you. Please note that the Australian Federal Police will be notified if any threats are directed to any staff. Similarly, any caller advocating illegal activities will be referred to the Australian Federal Police.
I mean, can you believe that? You're told first to talk to another MP, to talk to a minister. If you want to keep persisting, you're supposed to go then to a senator, not bother the Prime Minister's office. And then if you insist on contacting him, you're fobbed off to a website rather than speak to a real person. You're told to fill in an online form and that someone will reply later by email. Now, they want you to do that for 2 reasons. First, they want to harvest your email address to then flood you with political material, and they can do that because politicians are exempt from the usual rules. And second, because it won't be his office that responds to your email. They'll just flick it off to the Prime Minister's department for the public servants to respond. So wait a month or so and you might even get a reply. But if all that fails to put you off and you're still on the line, you're told you can leave a short message, just a short one. You may or may not get a reply, but heed the warning, if you're not nice, the Australian Federal Police will come after you. I mean, you are kidding me. Hawke, Keating, Howard, Rudd, Gillard, Abbott, Turnbull, Morrison, all of these Prime Ministers could answer the phone. What is it with this self-confessed man of the people that Albanese and his office are too good to take your call? Now, as taxpayers, you pay those Prime Ministerial staff, there's 61 of them, somewhere in the region of $14 million a year. And all you get for that is a recorded message. What's next? They're going to shunt you off to a call centre in India? I mean, never in my life working in that place have I seen something as tone deaf as this. Just months out from a federal election, you get a recorded message. First, the Prime Minister shuts his electorate office for almost a year because he refused to move on those pro-Palestinian protesters out the front. And now this, an office that's only prepared to talk to insiders? Now, for the record, I then call the opposition leader's office, Peter Dutton's office. Well, his staff there, they answer the phones themselves. Says everything, doesn't it? 1/5 of the staff in Dutton's office that the government's got, none of the public servants, but to them, the public matters. A Liberal MP, Julian Leeser, I gave him a ring and said, this can't be right. He said, it is, Peter. And he said the whole thing is contemptuous of the role of a parliamentarian. Parliamentarians and their staff, however senior they are, need to be accessible to constituents, it's fundamentally said, to providing public accountability in our system of government.